Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on today. I am going to not really give a formal introduction to pranic healing today, so much as I want to talk about, in one sense, I guess, the importance of pranic healing, the importance of pranic healing in our lives. And Deborah, actually, your what you mentioned earlier was a perfect segue into it. We understand, everybody who's here already understands this. People watching the video may not in the future, but that pranic healing is an energy healing modality. And what that means is that it is a set of teachings, I think is a good way to say it, about the energy body, that part, if you will, of the physical experience that is not physically tangible, that is not seen by our normal eyes, that is not felt by our normal touch. Pranic healing is a non-touch modality where we learn to work with what we call the energy body. We learn that the energy body is the blueprint for the physical body. Now, why is that important to know and learn about and work with? Because if we know and understand the basic fundamental reality of the fact that this physical body is a manifestation of that energetic body, then as the energetic body is affected, so shall be the physical body. And learning to work with this and understand this can really affect your physical experience. It can make for a healthier, happier, more calm, and joyful physical experience. So that's one of the fundamental teachings that you get in pranic healing that is life-changing. It's something everybody should learn very early on, to understand that the energy body needs to be worked with, needs to be tended to. There are two pieces in pranic healing, I think, that are incredibly necessary for every human being to not only learn, but incorporate into your daily life. Those two pieces are energy hygiene, daily energy hygiene, and the other one is first aid. This is like one of the most powerful first aid kits we have in our world. Our hands have the ability in a situation to immediately affect change so that whatever is happening in a first aid situation, it will resolve more quickly, it will heal more quickly. And it's one of those sets of tools that's in our first aid kit, and we always have it with us. So I want to talk first about the energy hygiene piece, okay? In pranic healing, level 1 pranic healing, we learn how to not only sense and feel the energy body, but how to change it, how to affect it, how to clean it, how to get stuff out of it that then won't manifest in our physical body and therefore give us problems. Everything that's happening in your physical body is occurring or has occurred in the energetic level. So as we learn to work with our hands in our energy field to cleanse and clear daily stuff that just happens, just interactive stuff as we go through our daily life, as we learn to cleanse and clear all of that, we're starting to promote a good, strong, healthy physical body. So again, in level 1, we learn how do we use our hands to cleanse and clear our energy body daily. We do something called general sweeping. General sweeping is something everybody should do every day. A lot of people, I know I did this. When I first came to pranic healing, I was so enamored with it all. And I thought, wow, pranic healing is so great. I can do this for this person. I can do this for that person. I can do this for that person. There wasn't a whole lot of attention put by myself on using it specifically on myself. And yet, what I've come to discover over the years is that the more I do it on myself, the more I have this, it's not even a belief. It's a deep trust and understanding of the fact that when I do it on somebody else, it is having an effect. Because I've done so much on my own body and worked with it so much and I've had my own results that I know when I do it on my friends and my family, that it is doing something. In the beginning, it can be so easy to kind of fall into the doubt about, we're just waving our hands around and what do we think we're doing, But the more you have your own personal experiences with it, the better. The daily energy hygiene piece is particularly important because it's such a simple thing to do every night, to cleanse out the daily stuff, that when you go to bed, you sleep better, you wake up better, and the next day is always better. I still have that experience. I've been doing pranic healing now for almost 20 years, and I still have that experience of when I cut cords and sweep myself and clean my solar plexus at night, the next day, I inevitably feel better than I did the day before. It's, I don't know, it's still miraculous. After all this time, it's still miraculous. So anyway, so daily energy hygiene, to me, it's like brushing our teeth, right? We diligently do what we can to keep our teeth healthy because nobody wants to spend time in the dentist chair, right? So that's one of the pieces you learn in level 1 pranic healing. And I am really such a proponent of learning this for yourself. You don't have to come to this workshop thinking you're going to go off and be some great healer in the world. You might very well be, but it's more important to learn it for yourself. Learn it for your family. Master Choa has a charge out there that is about having a pranic healer in every household. And I'm telling you, there is good reason for that. Good reason for that. The more that we know how to help ourselves and our immediate family in a situation, the better off we're going to be. And that leads me to the second piece about first aid. I had a situation yesterday, which gave me a wonderful opportunity to once again sing the praises of pranic healing. So yesterday, there was a power outage here, and so I had to manually open and close my garage door. And in the closing of the garage door, goofy me wasn't paying enough attention to the fact that my fingers were stuck in the fold of the garage door. And so as the garage door came down, these two fingers were smashed. I'm going to say smashed, even though it was more of a crush. Between the door, and the weight of the door was coming down. It was shocking, to say the least. I got the door pushed up. And of course, my very first thought was start sweeping, and get to ice. Get to ice. Whatever you got to do, get to ice. And that's what I did, was I immediately started sweeping. And what I was sweeping was the energy body, right, of the fingers, the energy part, right? Because I'm not sweeping the physical thing. The physical thing needs tending, and you can probably actually see it there. It's actually healing quite well. The physical part needs tending, of course. And that's why I was like, I got to get to the ice and I got to do all that. But remember what I said earlier about the energy body is the blueprint for the physical body. So what's just happened in my energy body? It's freaked out, right? I mean, it's like something's happened and there is all this chaotic energy in that area. And my job as my own pranic healer is to get the energy body cleaned up, get it soothed down, get it smoothed out, and recreate, in one sense, an energy field that is healed. So that as the physical body starts to map to that, it is going to map to a blueprint that is already healed. So while I'm doing the ice thing and I'm doing all the other things that I have to do so that this, doesn't get worse, right? I'm doing the sweeping, and then I'm doing energizing to start giving it prana, fresh prana, so that all of those cells, all of those capillaries, all of those nerves can already start to be healing. That's the first aid part of pranic healing. In any situation, to be able to immediately tell the subtle energy field and clean it up, tell it it's healed, whole, and healthy. You clean out those trauma energies, those stress energies, and the way I kind of experience it when I have a cut or a situation like this, I feel like the energy body is like all jagged. There's like this energy that's all like lightning bolts coming out or around the area. And we're just working to clean it, smooth it, calm it, and then energize it so that the body can have the prana that it needs. So one of the really interesting things for me with this yesterday was I've had very little pain through the whole thing. People are saying, oh my God, that must have really hurt. I had very little pain, very, very little. What I noticed is that when I was also, asking for a lot of help here to just heal it. When I was energizing and there was a lot of energy pouring into it, there was a lot of throbbing right in the finger. It would really, really throb. And my sense was that throbbing, that was not comfortable, right? It was kind of painful, but that was healing. It was like the energy was getting in there and into those, the blood vessels and all of the parts of the finger that are affected by this. And so throughout yesterday, that's what I did. I pretty didn't have any power. So what else was I going to do? So I just really spent the day cleaning it, energizing it. And then I also moved on to my whole body, my whole energy body, because I was nervous. I was upset. I was, there was fear. There was, should I go to the hospital? Should I go to the ER? But who wants to go to the ER in today's day and age, right? And there was a lot of distress. I could feel it in my solar plexus. I could feel it in my heart. And what did I do? I used pranic healing to calm myself down. I sat down with my salt bowl and I just did the general sweeping. I cleaned my solar plexus. I cleaned my heart, right? And I just used the tools that pranic healing gives us to manage my way through that situation. While I was doing the physical things and calling my friends and saying, oh my God, help me out, right? All of that was happening. But the energetic piece, honestly, is such a huge assist in a situation of any sort. And it doesn't have to be something as big as a crushed finger. It can be a paper cut. It can be an insect bite, any first aid situation. So what I really wanted to communicate today is that pranic healing has a set of tools to offer us, the class, the workshop, that is invaluable and I think necessary and perfect for every single person to learn and to use. And teenagers, kids, we need to be doing this for them and teaching them this early on. So, so that's my promotional talk, if you will, about pranic healing. Teresa Evans does have a class coming up October 23rd and October 30th. It's going to be on 2 Saturdays in Southwest Portland. It is our first in-person class in a very long time now, since COVID and all of that. So if anybody is interested in not only repeating, she's gonna have to limit how many people are in the class, right? Because of the COVID and the size of the room. But she's going to take first timers first. But if you're interested in being there to repeat, she's going to be offering that as well. And if you want to bring a friend who hasn't taken it before, that's a great way to do it. So really just want to encourage you to find somebody in your household, somebody who you know who doesn't know this set of teachings. And I think that's a good way to talk about it. It's a set of teachings that are fundamentally beneficial for every human being. It's not about going off and becoming an energy healer. It's another way to take care of your physical experience and help take care of your family's experience. And of course, there's also emotional, help that comes and psychological help that comes, all of that. So if you're talking to friends about it or talking to, somebody who might be interested, but might think of it more as it's a healing thing, you might try couching it in the way of, no, this is about learning to take care of yourself, learning to take care of your family, and making yourselves happier and healthier in so many different ways. So thank you all very much for being here today. October 23rd and 30th is the class. If you're interested, you can contact info@pranahealthservices.com. That'll get you to them, and they will be happy to talk to you or anybody else you want to direct there. Thank you so much.